4, 3, 2.
Hi there, and welcome to SAVOR, where healthy living and great recipes meet. Today in my kitchen, I have with me my good friends, Doctors Chris and Rudy Huddad, my friends, and my good friend, Dr. Michael Blanc, who is, they're all interventional cardiologists over our wonderful hospital, Angelo Community Medical Center, at the Heart and Vascular Center, where they meet together every day to make people well and our community very healthy. So I'm really proud to be with these guys, and they're wonderful docs. You need to come by and get to know them. So today we're going to talk about turkey for the holidays. We're going to talk about brining and how to prep a turkey, and then we're going to talk about carving. And so this is something that the docs are very aware of, most of them anyway. And so what we're going to do is start with Dr. Michael Blanc over here, how to prep a turkey for the holidays. Tell us about it, Mike.
I think actually one important thing is brining. It's something I actually learned from my wife, and it's something we do every year.
Thank God for wives.
That's exactly right, because it really makes all the difference in the world. Yeah. And you want to do it about 24 hours ahead of time. And you can use a big pot like this. We actually tend to use a styrofoam cooler. So we just put it in a cooler. And what you want to do is you want to put 1.5 gallons of water or so in the pot like this initially. And then you want to dissolve about a cup of sugar, a cup of salt, some salt and some pepper and an onion. If you have a special spice that you like, cloves or anything like that, or if you're doing an Indian sort of based turkey, you can actually make a variety of different spices in your basic brine. But you just basically put your turkey in the brine for 24 hours, and it helps actually give it more flavor. I think gives it more moisture. It really makes all the difference in the world.
It does, Dr. Mike, and you've learned that over the years, and so it's really cool to see you at work here on this bird. And the other thing, to make sure your turkey is covered with that brining solution, and make sure it stays at a temperature not in the danger zone, but less than 40 degrees for that day that is brining.
That's exactly right. We actually make a little ice bath for ours.
Yes, and keep it very cold. You don't want the turkey to get in between 40 degrees and 140 at the danger zone for more than 2 hours. So, Doc, how do you prep this turkey after that?
Well, basically, I think it's important that we actually put some oil or butter on it. Yes. But here we're going to use a little olive oil, and you actually want to put it under the skin. And this is where my wife says this is the only thing that she gets from my surgical techniques. But basically, you can go under the skin and make through what's called the fascia, which is the connective tissue lining, and you can actually make this big space where you can actually get oil and everything that'll keep your bird very moist and let it brown nicely. And if you want, you can actually put some of your spices down there to actually have some spice in the turkey, or you can put your spices on the outside. For simplicity, we're just going to put some spice on the outside today.
Now, one of my favorite spices for poultry is paprika, and that's what Doc's putting in.
Nice flavor, gives it a nice color.
Beautiful.
And we're going to rub a little bit. Little brown sugar just to give some sweetness to it.
Perfect. Now he's going to rub the whole bird with that inside and out. Yep. And then, Michael, we're going to stuff it with some fruit and some vegetables.
Yep.
Right?
So we're going to do this just, again, for more flavor, some carrots that are cut up. They don't have to be cut fancy because you're going to pull them out at the end. Celery, leaves and everything. Gives it really nice flavor. And then an apple. And I notice you're not stuffing it with stuffing, Henry.
No stuffing, and that could be a problem with the danger zone as far as keeping dressing and eggs and poultry juices at that danger zone for a long period of time where people could get sick. So I typically would cook dressing in a crock pot or in the stove. And we've got another segment coming up, folks. Make sure you keep in tune with us here at KLST, and we have a wonderful stuffing recipe. Now, quickly, we're going to talk about how we carve this bird. It's time to eat this bird. You guys look hungry.
That's our role today.
The Huddad brothers love to eat. Now they love to watch too. So we've got some of this fruit. It's already cooked up. See how moist this is. Yeah. You see how this bird broke apart? We got dark meat, and white meat. See, it breaks very easily and very nicely. Now what you want to do, guys, is take this bird was overcooked a little bit, and we lost track of it. So
you don't really need a knife here, Henry, huh?
Hardly. I mean, you could just really, you could eat this and not worry about using a knife. You're right, guys.
So of course, one of the things we haven't talked about is just the health benefits of turkey.
Yes.
It's a great white meat. It's a great lean meat. It's a great source of protein. In this country, a lot of times we tend to just eat it in the holidays, but it's a great a meat source and white meat to use year-round.
Guys, yeah, it's true. Turkey's very heart healthy, and that turkey was brined, and it's very tender, and it's delicious. Now, guys, check that out with our chipotle sauce that we made earlier on another segment. So, guys,
sorry, I've been waiting the whole segment for this.
Now, look at that. Okay, you don't want the skin, just want that white meat. And I tell you what, guys, how's it? What do you think?
Tremendous.
Good flavors, nice and moist.
Yeah.
Again, carving the turkey with the grain, against the grain when you carve it. Make sure you cut it across. Take the breast off, carve it that way, and break the dark and white meat off, and you'll have a beautiful platter. Thanks, guys, for coming by, and happy holidays, folks. Savor life, eat well, and this season, love one another.